So the products I'll be using today are Dermalogica, but sometimes I mix and match. So I mainly use Dermalogica or Bioelements, and then sometimes I'll make like little herbal concoctions, just to make something suitable for your skin. Yeah, your routine sounds really good though.
I've been trying because I'm just like, my face has not been this bad in years.
Birth control will do it to you.
I was just like, oh my God.
Yeah, birth control does that. I remember when I was on birth control, my skin, one moment it was really, really dry. The next moment it was really, really oily. Like, it messes you up. And so you stopped taking it completely?
Yeah. Good. So I think that's why my face like complete, because I guess the birth control was helping my acne stay away, but as soon as I got off of it, my face just like completely flared up.
Yeah, they do have other ones, but like I remember I was talking to my friend about this the other day. You kind of have to do trial and error until you find the right one. Yeah. And it's just like nobody really wants to go through that.
Well, I was on my birth control for a while, but what happened is my doctor had put me on migraine pills because I get migraines every now and again. So once they put me on them pills, it completely canceled out my other birth control that I was using. And then the new one that they gave me, like, my mood swings was just it was too much. It got to a point I was like, no, I can't do this. Yeah. I just don't feel myself no more.
Trust me, I know. I remember when I was on it, and it didn't help that, I was becoming an adult. So life was just so hard when I was on. I thought I was going crazy. Yeah, so trust me when I say, I believe you. I understand. I can tell overall, though, you have really nice skin.
Oh, thank you.
It's just certain areas that are having a moment.
Yeah.
Yes, I see a little bit of inflammation, like on your forehead. It's like a little breakout on your forehead and in the rest of your T-zone. On your cheeks, I do see some dark spots. Has it gotten better since you've been doing the clay mask and the CeraVe and all that good stuff?
I feel like it was getting better, but I'm like, I don't know if it's getting worse before it gets better. Because that's what it feels like it is. Like, I feel like it is getting better, but I feel like it's getting worse before it gets better.
And that happens. That's the thing also. That's a good thing. Because whatever is underlying, it'll start to come out.
Yeah. And then, like, also, like, the doctor gave me, like, these pills to also, for, like, so I'm supposed to take it, like, twice a day to help with the breakouts.
So overall, I would agree. I would say that your skin is on the normal to oily side. Now, you do have a little bit of dehydration, and I think that could be, that could be because of the retin-A and the benzoyl peroxide. Yeah, because what those do is they cause your skin to produce less oil because they're, in a sense, believing that that's what's causing the breakouts. Yeah, so with the change in the birth control and then also those topical treatments, it could cause your skin to be a little dehydrated. And so today's focal point is going to be one, decongesting the skin, and then we're going to do some extractions. Then we're going to focus on brightening and then hydrating the skin, like creating a good water oil balance in your skin. And that'll help out a lot with the breakouts. It will prevent a lot of breakouts. It'll prevent the oiliness, and hopefully it will start to cause your pores to contract and will constrict back together. So those large pores on your nose, they'll start to get smaller and things like that. Okay. And so during the treatment, just let me know if anything feels uncomfortable.
Okay.
So right now, you see me preparing my exfoliant. I'm going in with the Daily Microfoliant as my base. The Daily Microfoliant is so good. It is a chemical exfoliant, but it's also a mechanical exfoliant. It has gritty, like micro beads from rice enzymes, and that one manually exfoliates the skin, buffing off that dead skin. But then the enzymes from the rice actually eats away at the dead skin. In addition to the enzyme, it also has citric acid in it, which is the AHA, and that helps really brighten the skin while removing some of the dead skin. I'm also adding the Accelerator 35. This has lactic acid in it, along with some more enzymes, to give her a little deeper exfoliant, just so I can effectively remove the congestion in her skin. So I prepared that and put that off to the side. But right now, as her second cleanse, I'm going to use the special cleansing gel from Dermalogica. And then you'll see me add a little pump of the Accelerator 35 to give her an exfoliating cleanse. What I like to do is I like to gradually remove the dead layers of the skin before doing extractions. And I think that helps, one, get the congestion to come out a lot easier, but it also, in a sense, makes up for doing an aggressive exfoliant. If you gradually boost your exfoliant, perfect example, doing an exfoliating cleanser, then doing an enzyme mask, then going into extractions, it helps really target the pigmentation, target the dead skin cells, target the congestion without like overstimulating your client's skin. So right now I'm just going in with an exfoliating cleanser, and then you'll see me use that enzyme powder along with the Accelerator 35 just to deeply exfoliate her skin in addition to what I'm doing now. How's your skin feeling so far? Anything tingling or burning?
Little tingling with the first brush part.
How's it feel now? Does it feel a little bit better?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, so I did mix your exfoliant and your cleanser with something called lactic acid.
Okay.
And it's really good with, one, helping with like dark spots and texture, like dead skin and things. But it's also really good for rehydrating the skin cells as well. Yeah, so it is a little spicy, but let me know if you want to bump it down.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay. getting ready for some extractions.
Okay.
I'm sure you know extractions, they don't feel that great. But I'll be using a vacuum today, so
Okay.
you'll feel some suction, and you probably will feel like just a little bit of scratching. But just let me know when you've had enough, okay?
Okay.
This solution that I'm using right now is called multi-scaling gel. However, we usually refer to this as desincrustation solution. Watch me put this solution on her skin and look at how it kind of like lathers up. It's not soap in any way, shape, form. However, desincrustation solution has a very high pH of like around 8 or 9. And so this one, however, does not have like an extremely high pH, but desincrustation solution is an alkaline solution that turns the oil in someone's follicles into soap. So as you look at me work this into her skin, you can kind of see that there's like a little lather to it. And I love using this before doing extractions because it saponifies the oil in the follicles and helps it come out a little bit easier when you're performing extractions. You holding up okay?
Mm-hmm.
How is it pain wise? If 5 was like the worst and 1 is like you don't feel anything at all?
I'd say 2.
Okay. And your pores are really clean.
They are?
Yeah. Usually on the nose, that's where there's the most congestion, but I swear your pores are very, very clean. I'm gonna go back over it without the steam with my hands just to double check. But your nose is very clear. Okay, maybe turn your head to the side.
Our daughter Jessie loves playing detective. A clue.
But since we discovered she has sensitive skin, we've been playing detective too.
We thought the problem was our puppy.
But it was actually our old detergent.
Aha.
So we switched to Tide Free and Gentle. Tide cleans better than the leading competitive free detergent, and it doesn't leave behind irritating residues.
Plus, Tide Free and Gentle has no dyes or perfumes, so it's gentle on your skin.
Case closed.
If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Free and Gentle.
Ugh, I've been feeling so sluggish and just kind of blah. Been there. That's why I take Align yogurt coated probiotic fruit bites. But I suppose they taste blah. Actually, they taste delicious. It's an apple blueberry flavored center covered in a yogurt coating and is infused with probiotics to help support a healthy gut. They come 5 in a pouch. I just toss one in my bag and go. Toss one in my bag? Huh, get your own. New Align yogurt coated probiotic fruit bites from the makers of the #1 doctor recommended probiotic brand. Find them in the digestive care aisle.
You still doing okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I know these hurt a little bit more. I'm using my fingers to kind of guide the congestion out. At this point, I think I realized that this client had a lot of congestion, and I don't think I was going to be able to get everything out in this one sitting. So I think shortly after, just trying to find any easily release, what am I trying to say? Easily, I don't know, any of these that would come out a little bit easier. I went to the other side and I, tried to get out as much as I could. But she had a lot of congestion. And anytime you're dealing with a client who has a lot of congestion, please know, unless they book an appointment that is going to take care of strictly extractions, and you set aside like an hour and a half or 2 hours just to deep cleanse, exfoliate, and extract, I don't believe there is any way possible that you're going to be able to get all of your clients' congestion. And some of it is not ready. So sometimes you just have to exfoliate, do some, then book another session, exfoliate some more, like gradually decongest the skin. So please, whatever you do, unless your client is saying like, hey, like I need everything gone, and they set aside or book a service that's going to be able to accommodate the amount of time you're going to need to spend, don't try to get everything in one sitting. I believe that I had, back-to-back clients this day, so I knew after looking at that area, I probably was not going to be able to get everything. So I just wanted to give y'all that disclaimer before, y'all start spamming my comments talking about how I didn't get everything. Just know, when you're dealing with someone who has extremely congested skin, you're going to have to work with them, and you're going to have to do the decongestion in different sessions, unless you have like a special occasion where you're dedicating this facial to strictly decongesting the pores. Okay, I'm just going to tilt you the other way. I'm not gonna lie, you guys. I am very sad that I was not able to get everything. Um, and I think, honestly, around this time, I stopped doing extractions with my fingers and I switched over to the old school, um, what's that thing called? Metal extractor, because I'm able to get more congestion a little bit faster. So that's neither here nor there. You can't change the past, but the past can change you. Anyway, usually what I like to do is when a person has dehydrated skin, I like to massage their skin with some kind of oil-based product right before I do the treatment mask. The reason why I like to do this, a little taking you back a little bit to histology, I like to massage the skin with a little bit of oil to stimulate the stratum granulosum. If you guys remember histology from aesthetic school, you'll know the stratum granulosum, this is the layer of the skin that stimulates or that creates its own natural lubricants like sebum. It even creates its own ceramides and waxes to lubricate the skin. So it's almost like peeling an orange. You know how when you peel an orange, sometimes you're, in a sense, wringing the skin so much that it releases like this essential oil. That's the concept that I use, or that I like to imagine when I'm massaging the skin. So I'll use a little bit of petrissage just to kind of stimulate that stratum granulosum to encourage the skin to release its own natural sebum. So I like to do that for all of my dry, dehydrated skin types. Even though her skin was more on the oily side, she was very surface dry because she was using products like benzoyl peroxide and retinol. And so, with that being said, I just wanted to balance out her oil production so that her skin can stop clogging her pores with so much oil, but rather so her skin can actually start to utilize the oil she has to lock in the water in her skin. So you just see me massaging her skin, and then after that I'll go on with my treatment mask, and that literally leaves the skin so soft, so supple, and then it also encourages the skin to release its own natural sebums. This mask that I'm putting on her skin is my absolute favorite. Whew, I had to get that out. This mask is my favorite treatment mask from Dermalogica. It is called the Multivitamin Power. Is it Power Recovery? Or is it Power Mask? I believe it's Power Recovery Mask. But this mask has so many vitamins: vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin E. And if you know anything about these vitamins, you know that these vitamins are all essential to your skin health. So I love using this on my acneic clients. This mask is designed for your mature skin, but I like using this on my acneic clients because I like to generate some cell renewal within them. So vitamin A, that's almost like a form of retinol. Vitamin C helps with the cell renewal, as long as, not as long as, but as well as vitamin A. They both, vitamin A and C, help with the cell renewal. Vitamin E, on the other hand, helps moisturize the skin and protect the skin from pollutants, free radicals. It helps with wound healing, so any like open sores or open lesions, maybe like cystic acne or anything like that, it's going to help heal the skin. And it even helps protect against UV damage. So that is exactly why I love this mask, and I use this specifically for my acneic clients. Most times I'll use this also for my aging clients or mature clients, but this is best for my clients who are suffering from hyperpigmentation, from active acne, and then also for compromised skin, maybe like a damaged barrier. It's going to be a little spicy to them, so I wouldn't use this on someone who has rosacea, but I would definitely use this on someone who is dehydrated, like this client, or someone who wants to brighten their skin or just have a more radiant complexion. Coming along okay?
Okay.
So now I'm just finishing off with my absolute favorite toner, the Dermalogica Multi-Active Toner. I use this on all skin types. It's very hydrating and it helps a lot with product penetration. So I just lightly tap that into the skin after misting it over the skin, and then I go in with my serum of choice. Today I am using the Plantscription Phyto C. This serum, it uses lemongrass and also vitamin C just to help brighten the complexion and also help stimulate some cell renewal. And now that I think of it, this also has some hyaluronic acid in it as well, so it helps out a lot with dehydration. It also has vitamin E in there. I love using it because it has the vitamin E, the hyaluronic acid, plus the plant-based vitamin C. And so it's like a triple active product. It's hydrating the skin, it's moisturizing the skin, and then it's, stimulating that cell renewal. And you see me doing some tapotement on top of this serum. I love doing this because it's almost like waking up the skin, telling the skin to receive whatever I just put on the skin. And to conclude and finish everything off, I'm just doing the Active Moist Moisturizer, which is a water-based moisturizer, and I'm mixing it with a little bit of the physical, what is it called? Physical Defense SPF and moisturizer. That is a moisturizer and SPF, but I like to dilute it with another moisturizer just so that it won't leave a white cast. I will say, overall, I am very satisfied with the results. After doing this facial, her skin looked and felt way more moisturized. It even had a more radiant effect. Sometimes the skin just needs some TLC. So even though I was not able to extract all of her congestion, I was able to thoroughly deep cleanse her skin and exfoliate her skin and restore the moisture balance. And I also did, the vitamin C in so many different forms that I think really helped kind of kickstart her skin's healing process. So stay tuned for more videos. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope it was very educational. And if you have any questions or any comments, leave us some love in the comment section. See you guys soon.